Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Huh?
How's it going? All right, there we go. Well, how's it going, everybody? I see I'm a Galileo, Dale, Michelle H, Lisa V, Sandy Shirley, Michelle H, we've got Missy 6, Wild Bill Wassman. Haven't seen Bruce Holdaway. Yeah, I guess he didn't purchase his attorney that he was supposed to. Oh well. Not that he needed one, it was a joke, remember? Yep. Yeah. I don't know, I almost watched that, but I was like, man, we already went through the whole trial, and I didn't really understand. It seems like we've already knew the whole story. I mean, it's just, it's a mini series, like a dramatization, right? It's not a documentary or something. So a lot of it's just their license to invent what they want to put in there. But we have we covered a case back in, God, let me see. I have it right here. I mean, here's the video. Either this island here or this one was my show that you're seeing on the screen there. And it looks like if I hover over the date, August 22nd, 2019. I mean, that's a long time ago. What is that? That's over 6 years, right? Like 6 years and something. I'm not even sure they've had channel membership since then. I wonder if there's like the chat in here. Oh, look at there! Look at that! Wow, that's so weird. There's Stephen Bashirs. He's another one of the freaks that passed away. He just passed away randomly. Yeah, there's Claudia Neubauer. I haven't seen her in a long time. It's sort of weird, interesting to go back in time like that. Huh. A lot of these people I don't remember. Plus, they've got the @ name, so it's hard to know what the hell they were saying. But anyways, clear back in 2019. But hey guys, let's see if we can get started off. If you have the ability to help support the channel tonight, that'd be great. I know we don't have a huge number of people again because I don't know. I don't know what YouTube's doing. Okay, I don't have an answer for you. But I do know that only about, well, out of all my subscribers, like 12% have the notification bell, and only 6% have, after they do that, you have to go into the YouTube app and hit the or turn on notifications. And then on your phone, you have to turn on notifications as well. So only 6% of the entire number would get notifications. That's probably why. I mean, look at right now. All we have are moderators here. Like, what's going on with YouTube? It's just it's really disheartening, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna go back over the case, and then we'll go to where they're at now. But I mean, I still have the pins up from. I mean, if you look over here, look how high up. See this thing over here, the scroll bar? These are all the cases over the years, and it's way up near the top over there. That's how old it is. And then this is the, oh, by the way, this is I made this into a picture here to put on my wall. That's from, remember that beach trip? Isn't that cool? It's 18 by 24. I think that one's just so awesome. Now, when you zoom in, it has all these weird, it doesn't look like that. That's just the lighting in the room. Pretty crazy though, right? I think that's going to be cool. That's one of my favorite ones right there. Hey, thanks. I'm a gal, yo. Or as people call her, Dale. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Sandy. I even went to Google to check gray. Mine is all there. I don't know what that means. Yeah, welcome to the new members there. Alright, so here it is, back in the day here. She went missing on August 20... I wonder if there's one that's even earlier. Let's see. Newspapers.com. Trudy Appleby. I think it's Iowa. I believe it's Iowa. Yeah. That's date, actually. So let's see. August 1996. And then put quotes around the name. And then let's see if it goes back 23rd. Okay, that might be the first time. There you go. So, police investigate girl's disappearance. Moline police are seeking information about an 11-year-old Moline girl reported missing by her father. Police said Trudy Appleby was last seen about 9 a.m. Wednesday while getting into a silver or gray four-door car believed to be a Chevy Cavalier. The car's driver was described as a white male in his early 20s with dark curly hair and wearing a baseball cap. Anyone with information is asked to call the Moline police. That's on the 23rd, and then let's see, is there one on the 24th? Yep. This one is, I guess there's more here. Somebody has to have seen her. Dennis Appleby planned to leave for Utah Friday morning on an 11-day vacation with his children, Trudy and Sean. Hey, thanks, Cinnamon Sin Freak. Thank you. Instead, the 48-year-old divorced single father worked frantically to find Trudy 11 who had been missing since Wednesday morning. Mr. Appleby, 20-year-old son, was one of dozens of people handing out flyers. Trudy was last seen by neighbors at about 9:30 a.m. Wednesday outside her Merlin home with a white male in his 20s with dark curly hair wearing a baseball cap, according to police. The man was driving a four-door sedan, silver or gray in color, similar in style to a Chevy Celebrity, but the license plate wasn't identified either by state or by numbers. He said the car has 3 round red taillights on each side of the license plate. Trudy, who has brown hair, blue eyes, is 5 feet tall, and weighs 85 pounds. Last was seen wearing blue or black shorts, some type of printed t-shirt, and blue Nike shoes, according to police. Her father said she's not the type of girl who would run away from home. Something is just wrong, Mr. Appleby said. Somebody tricked her, fed her a story. She had to be thinking she was coming right back. Nothing is gone, not her purse, her makeup. She knew we were going on vacation. Mr. Appleby reported her missing about 7:30 p.m. after he came home from his job. Mr. Appleby's vacation started Thursday, and he got permission for Trudy to miss the first week of 6th grade at Washington Elementary School. Mr. Appleby has Citizen Band radio in his car, truck, and at home, and has sent out information about his daughter over CB. All right, let's see if there's another one. On the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. There's one. No new clues in girl's disappearance. Then I think we go to... I have one on the 30th. Let me see what the 29th says here. I remember that sketch. I remember going over it with that sketch there. The father of a missing 11-year-old Moline girl said Tuesday his daughter did not run away, and developments in the investigation a week after she disappeared suggest police agree. Right, let's see. Did not run away, and developments in the investigation a week after she disappeared suggest police agree. The FBI brought into the Trudy Appleby case Friday is expected to add manpower to the investigation. The FBI often initiates coverage of the cases highlighted on the program. Looks like it's America's Most Wanted. It's going to be on. All right, so then that one, and then we go. I'm going to be skipping around here in a minute. Let's see, 30th. Investigators bolster probe for Moline girl. 6th grader was last seen 9 days ago by a neighbor who told police the girl was sitting with an unknown man in the front seat of a gray 4-door sedan. Police released a sketch of the man and interviewed several people matching the description. I wonder if there was a wig or something. Moline investigators will continue to work jointly with the FBI and the Illinois State Police, as well as utilize programs and organizations such as the National Crime Information Center, the National Association for Missing and Exploited Children. I wonder if that sounds a little different than NCMEC. Their National Center for Missing and that's got to be the same one. They just didn't write it right. Police also checked a list of 144 registered sex offenders living in Rock Island. Only 2 child sex offenders live within a mile radius of the of the Appleby home, but investigators are looking into any convicted offender living in the entire Quad City. All right. So then I have these already saved out ones. Let's see, Trudy Alexander is keeping me awake at night. I can't stop wondering what happened to her. I can't make my brain stop weighing, calculating, considering, and questioning every little detail I've heard. And thanks up there to Wild Bill Wassman. And if you guys are watching and you feel like you can help support the channel, that would be awesome. My channel basically only has one option, you guys. Currently in the current, whatever's happening on YouTube, I don't know how to, fix it. My videos aren't being seen. Hardly anybody gets notified. It's really kind of bizarre. All right, the best news I've heard since Trudy disappeared 11 days ago is someone has recruited nationally known psychic. That's not good news. That's terrible news. Whenever a psychic's brought in, that means there's dead ends. And so they're just getting... they don't do a damn thing. You may recall Greta is the one who directed police to look under the third buoy in the waters where a Henry... wow, look under the third buoy. Ooh, that's amazing. Let's see. Alright, I'm just going to move on to the next one. For the true information, ask a child. The evening was no different than any other time Trudy came over. She and my daughter talked and skated up and down the road. Trudy and my son called each other names. I believe he misses that. Trudy went home around 8 p.m., as usual, saying, "Call me later if you can," as usual. The next morning was very unusual. Trudy always calls at about 9 a.m., but that morning there was no call. Upon calling my daughter got no answer. Trudy Appleby wasn't home. What happened to Trudy? Where is she now? Run away? Some people are saying. I say no. She's too smart to do that. Older boyfriend? Some people are asking. I say no, she's too smart to do that. Trudy is very smart, although she would tell me she didn't think so. I'm very smart in math, she once told me, but that's it. Who has Trudy Appleby and why? Does this person realize the big void that is left in this neighborhood without her? My daughter goes to church and watches for her. A neighbor girl is cutting out every newspaper article so she can show her picture to people. Another tied yellow ribbon around her mailbox, hoping for her safe return. Are we back in that mode where nobody's typing again? Man, it's just like... I don't know, man. I say it every single night. If you guys could talk and, communicate in the chat, at least we could have some momentum going here. But we're back. We're already stalled right out of the gate yet again. Trudy is in my thoughts every minute of every day. I pray to God and St. Jude every day and night that she comes home safe. We all do. Let's see, what's this one about here? Trudy Appleby's family will hold a prayer vigil. Now this is all back. Now we're in 1997. I skipped a year here. I say I remember her face. Frustration grows. Missing girl's mother lashes out at father. Hey, thanks, Michelle H. On the one-year anniversary of Trudy Appleby's mystifying disappearance, her mother, who has been noticeably silent throughout the ordeal, is placing blame on Trudy's father. She believes Dennis Appleby's lifestyle, that's sort of interesting, is somehow at fault for Trudy's disappearance. Remember that part right there. Brenda Edelman, who never married Appleby, says his days of smoking dope, drinking, and motorcycle riding are to blame for the August 21st, 1996 abduction of their daughter. I just need someone to blame, and I blame him. I don't think I don't think she has anything to do with her demise. I'm tired of holding this in, the Bettendorf woman said from her home, where she spends most of her time these days. Edelman readily admits she gave up custody of Trudy because of her learning disability and depression, but she assumed at the time that Trudy could be raised by her maternal grandparents. By law, however, Appleby had the first right to custody of the girl, and Trudy moved in with him when she was 9. She disappeared from the Moline home just weeks before her 12th birthday. She was last seen entering a gray 4-door sedan with an unidentified man. Edelman suggests that Trudy was preparing to enter 6th grade at Moline, Washington Elementary School, fending for herself, doing her own cooking and cleaning. But Appleby, who has been in the forefront of the publicizing effort to locate his brown-haired, blue-eyed daughter, refuses to join Edelman in what he describes as a name-calling contest. That's not what it's about. This is not about me and my life 20 years ago, he said. I just feel assassinated. I worry about how I'm going to go about centering the focus of the whole thing back to Trudy. He admits to having a wild past, but said, "That's ancient history. When Trudy came to live with me, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Now I've got a full-time job that I've been at for 4 years. We were best friends. She was the most important thing in my life," he said, adding, "We fought for so long just to see each other. I wasn't allowed to see her for 5 years." Moline police, who have heard Edelman's remarks, say Appleby was questioned about Trudy's disappearance and passed the polygraph test. In fact, he is one of 1,344 people questioned during the investigation, which continue to consume the police department. We've had serious leads, some that looked very promising, but there is not any one lead we're following now, and more closely than another. So they just, they don't have any sort of like hot lead or anything. In addition to police efforts, the family too has waged its own campaign with friends and strangers. They have distributed posters nationwide that include Trudy's photograph and details about her abduction. They have found their way onto billboards, walls, windows, vehicles, napkins, bracelets, and store counters. For all their differences, Trudy's parents agree they will never lose hope, and both believe that God is carrying them through the tragedy. As far as Appleby, he is certain that Trudy knows he will never quit looking for her. I know that's what she said to whoever took her. But he also says, my gut is she's with the Lord now. It's her earthly remains we're looking for. He speculates that whatever happened to Trudy happened the day she disappeared. I do believe it's someone close. Trudy wouldn't just go with somebody, but something happened. Something went wrong, and the whole thing's been a cover-up ever since. All right, you guys, how do we get the ball rolling in here? We're just, man, I don't know what to, we are, right now we're on the 22nd. We've only got 7 normal days left of the month, and we're currently in a position where I'm not anywhere near last month, and last month wasn't anywhere near the month before that. So we're really struggling here. So if you guys have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. Maybe get some memberships. We maybe try a, what do you call it, a challenge for somebody. Yeah, those seem to, at least people can do 2 for 1 if there's a challenge, Thank you, Paul Ayers. Bigger reward fund sought. This is in 2016, so I skipped some years here. Trudy Appleby was like one of Kelly Carlson's own children. The Moline woman hasn't stopped. I mean, there was articles all the way through all the years. If you have information about Trudy, anyone have information, they give out a phone number. Let's see. Somebody out there knows exactly what happened to her, Carlson said. At this point, I don't think it's about retribution or pressing charges. Everybody needs to know what happened to this little girl. If it takes money to get somebody to tell us what happened, my gosh, that's what we're going to do. Trudy went missing August 21st, 1996. A neighbor at the... I mean, isn't that amazing? Like, this article here is 20 years later. And it's really the same... Nothing extra, really. A neighbor at the time spotted Trudy, who was 11 years old, sitting with an unknown man in his 20s in the front seat of a silver or gray four-door sedan as it left the girl's driveway sometime in the morning. The man had dark, curly hair and wore a baseball cap. Trudy was seen wearing black bicycle shorts, blue deck shoes, and white socks. Publicity surrounding the 20th anniversary of Trudy's disappearance sparked new interest in the unsolved case, but Carlson said she hasn't learned anything new since the August 21st vigil. Moline police know who's responsible, Detective Michael Griffin told Appleby's relatives and friends at the vigil. He declined to name an individual. Police also doubt... So let's see. Detective Michael told Appleby's relatives and friends at the vigil. Moline police know who's responsible. Yeah, I think they were wrong originally at that time. Holderfield and Carlson have been updating the missing Trudy Appleby Facebook page with new information as it comes to light. Yeah. How can you keep a secret like that for 20 years? Carlson asked. Yeah, I guess those are the same, those two articles. And this one's from 2020. Now, this one is interesting. Moline Police Department releases two more people of interest in 1996 missing person probe. All right, so the Moline Police Department is releasing two additional persons of interest in the Trudy Appleby missing person investigation. On August 21st, 1996, Trudy Appleby was reported missing by her father, Dennis, from their home in Moline. On the days leading up to Trudy's disappearance, she had asked her father to go spend time with a friend who resided on Campbell Island. Trudy's father did not allow her to go swimming, but phone records show she may have been planning to go ahead with her swimming plans. In August of 2017, the Moline Police Department released information that a witness observed Trudy Appleby with William Ed Smith, a late model silver Chevrolet four-door near Smith's residence on Campbell Island on August 21st, 1996, and listed William Ed Smith as a person of interest in the case. Smith is now deceased. The Moline Police Department has developed two additional persons of interest in the disappearance of Trudy Appleby. David L. Whipple, 59-year-old Kelowna, Illinois resident, and Jameson A. Jamie Fisher. So, like Jameson Fisher. 45-year-old Silvis, Illinois resident, and this is from 2020 here. Had been, as this is after I covered it, this information here. Okay, so he's developed, let's see, Illinois resident, have been developed as persons of interest in Trudy Appleby's investigation. I mean, it's interesting that they put their names out there. David Whipple is the son-in-law of William Ed Smith, and Jameson Fisher is a lifelong family friend of Smith's. Okay, that's interesting. The Moline Police Department is requesting the community assistance regarding any information about William Ed Smith David Whipple and Jamie Fisher, and their involvement related to the disappearance of Trudy Appleby. The Moline Police Department is asking anyone with information regarding these individuals, the events on that day and the days immediately following, to come forward and help bring justice for Trudy Appleby. Hey, welcome, Kathleen. Hey, look at there's I'm a Galio. All right, was that a challenge? Let's see. Well, thank you. Hey, welcome everybody. ARF 1979, Tyler Gilly, Andoratha. Yes. Thank you. I'm a Galio. I always think that's funny. Let's see. The Moline Police Department is asking, okay, down here. Please do not assume that we know what you may know. No information is insignificant. So this is 2020. And then this next one is 2022. I mean, this is where... you know, they lived right here, just right here in this house. And then I think it was right in that area where, you know, right there was where she was abducted. But she wanted to. Oh, look at it! I did have this guy's name, Ed Smith, over here. That's interesting. So, on this island over here, where maybe she was going to go swimming, Ed Smith had a place there and over here. Interesting. So this one's 2022 here. Oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, it would have. I mean, it does sort of get things rolling a little bit more, but it's okay. I appreciate your support there. Missing 26 years later, Trudy Appleby left a mystery and a legacy. Much is missing since Trudy Appleby disappeared. She was an 11-year-old, grounded to her home in Moline on August 21st, 1996. Trudy's father, Dennis Appleby, returned home from work that evening and discovered she'd vanished. There was no note or phone call. Trudy was never seen again by the police or by the people who loved her. Today marks the 26th anniversary of Trudy's disappearance, and the investigation over that time has produced very few leads and offered no answers. After all that time, Trudy isn't the only person missing. Family members and loved ones have died. So too have witnesses and suspects. Just one of the 3 persons of interest is still alive, and most of Trudy's family has passed away. Her father, an uncle, and a handful of family members are left haunted by the ghost of the girl who never came home. Those left describe the nearly 3 decades effort to keep Trudy's memory and the search for her remains alive as a sometimes unbearable weight. But their grief is as complicated as it is raw. They say the little girl lost has molded who they are today, leaving behind a surprising and hopeful legacy. Ray Edelman, Trudy's uncle, was 22 and getting ready for work on the morning of August 21st, 1996, when the phone rang. Dennis was on the other end, asking if anyone of Edelman's family had seen his daughter. Ray said it was the moment that changed his life and the lives of everyone in Trudy's family. Trudy's mother, Brenda Appleby, and grandmother, William Ann, were camping, and Dennis Appleby called, hoping to learn Trudy was with them. I knew Trudy wasn't with them, Ray recalled, but I drove out there just to check. She was gone. Trudy was just gone. After years of searching and hoping and pleading for information, members of Trudy's family started dying. Her grandmother, Eunice Culp, was first to pass away in 2011. 3 years later, Ray and the rest of Trudy's family were dealt a devastating blow. My sister Brenda was hit by a drunk driver while crossing a road, Ray explained. It was senseless, and it was really hard because Brenda was my link in many ways to Trudy. Ray said his sister was far from perfect, but she was the one who called the investigators from the Moline Police Department almost every day. Brenda organized much of the awareness effort. Brenda loved her daughter and struggled when Trudy disappeared. She battled depression and anger, and she did look for people to blame. What happened? What happened? Not knowing where Trudy was tore her heart out, Ray said. The saddest thing was Brenda's faith really helped her. Before she died, she was in a much better place. She was close to God again, and that helped with the anger and depression and darkness. Just 1 year after Brenda was killed, her mother died. Jesus. William Ann begged and pleaded, Ray said. She always believed someone would have to come forward that somehow knew what happened, and she could convince that person to tell what they knew. The circle it says of twice, the circle of those who knew and loved Trudy was closing. Ray, his father, John, sister, and Anita, and Dennis Appleby were among those who knew Trudy the best. That list was made shorter when John died in 2020. Trudy's great-grandmother, her mother, her grandparents, they all died not knowing. That's a kind of pain you can't even really describe, knowing. Where Trudy is, putting her to rest, becomes the most important thing in your life, Ray explained. Ray does not hold out hope that Trudy is still alive, but he hopes to find her, to put her to rest in the family plot. Hey, whoa, hey, thanks, Lisa Belson. I sent Lisa, I don't know if she got my email, I sent her I'm trying to figure out, I want to do different, like, the stuff that I send out. I wanted to do different things with that. I don't know. I was going to have her look at the design, see what she thought one was. Look at that. 10 more memberships right there. Boo-hoo. Excellent. Let's see. Let me see down here. The picture of darkness. According to the Moline Police Department, Jameson A. Jamie Fisher might be the last person alive with knowledge of what happened. Well, it's kind of weird because the other person they named was still alive. On August 21st, 1996. In 2020, the department issued a release identifying Fisher, Sylvies, and Whipple. Wait, is that what they said? Oh, yeah, he is the only one. Yeah. Whipple died earlier this year. So those 3 people mentioned in that other article are all dead. In 2020, the department issued a release identifying Fisher, Silva, and David L. Whipple. In 2017, the Moline Police Department named William Ed Smith, who died in December of 2014 at the age of 72, as a person of interest. They believe he was the last person to see Trudy the day she disappeared. The announcement was made just a few days before the 21st anniversary of Trudy's disappearance, and it fueled hope someone would step forward and provide a clear picture of what happened. A year before Smith was named, Moline police said they believed they knew who abducted the girl, and urge that the person's family to come forward with information. We're asking that community to help us by filling in the holes, Moline Police Detective Michael Griffin said in 2017 interview with the Quad City Times. We believe they know something. Maybe they saw something. They believe is... What the hell is this? Something like wanted me to start something on my phone. Let's see. We believe that they know something. Maybe they saw something that they believe is insignificant, but is very significant to the case. So if we can give them an approximate time, place, and persons, then maybe they can fill in the holes and blanks. We're trying to leave no stone unturned. Where did I think Lisa took off. There she is. Wait, Lisa Bell, thanks so much, freaks. I can't. How come your name is not blue, Lisa? Did you sign in with a different account or something, or what's going on there? You're in Hawaii, but I mean, are you not able to sign on with the same name, or? That's weird. I mean, I think I can make that one too. Do you need me to make that one? Yeah, different account and can't sign. Okay, I'll make that one. All right, there you go. Yeah, it sounds good over there. So basically nobody's really alive. All right. And just a couple of people. And then we're going to move to August of this year, just a few months ago. 3 months ago. And then there's that guy, Fisher. Grand jury indicts Fisher in 1996 death of Moline 11-year-old. Okay, so there's the guy that was in the... I think it was the 2016, wasn't it? Or let's see, 2000 was it? No, it was 2020. Right here, that guy. So there he is, 2020, and then August 15th this year, a Davenport man has been charged with murdering Trudy Appleby 29 years ago. She was 11 years old when she disappeared August 21st, 1996. Jameson Albert Jamie Fisher, 50, who Moline police believed to be the last person alive with knowledge of what happened to Trudy, was indicted for the murder of Trudy Appleby. Illinois authorities announced the grand jury indictment during a press conference Thursday in Cambridge. The charges were filed in Henry County. Moline Police Chief Darren Galt said Trudy's remains have not been recovered. Fisher is charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of concealment of a homicidal death. Henry County State Attorney Catherine Runty said the charges allege Fisher strangled Trudy and then concealed her death. Rock Island County State Attorney Dora Villarreal said evidence supported kidnapping charges, but those were barred by the statute of limitations. Fisher has been living in a rental home on Ripley Street in Davenport. Yeah, we should look this guy. Let's see. Let me go over here to... Let's put his name in there. So his name is Jameson, and then probably A. Fisher. And then they're saying he lived in Davenport, Iowa. And there he is, I think. No. Well, it says born 19. That doesn't seem like the right person. Man, another Jameson Fisher. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, Jameson's not very popular, and nor is Fisher's like that. But yeah, this one was born in 1986, so that can't be him. Let me try that again. Let's go by the other name, Jamie. Or maybe it's Albert. Jamie A. Fisher. Let me just see what comes up. Jamie A. Fisher, 30. No, he'd have to be, he's 50. Okay, so there's, let's see, James A. Fisher. There's only one person that's 50 years old. Well, the other one does live in, it says James, what's his middle name? Albert. Yeah. Yeah, he must have went out of his way not to show up in any of these websites. Yeah, I mean, this is Moline here. So they said at this last one he lived on Ripley Street. I bet it's over there. Over to the, yeah, let's see. Guess not. So he lives over here somewhere. This is where she lived at the time. But hey guys, let's see if we can get a like a challenge going here to try to reach a goal tonight. We're coming up about 2/3 of the month done here, more than that. Okay, and then it says Fisher had been living in a rental home on Ripley Street in Davenport when he, and then looks like the next page. He was arrested July 23rd by Davenport police as they conducted a narcotics investigation. He remains in the Scott County Jail, including on an interstate detainer from Henry County. In 2020, Moline police issued a news release calling Fisher, then of Silvis, and David L. Whipple of Kelowna persons of interest in the case. Whipple died in 2022 at age 61. Trudy was 11 years old when she disappeared August 21st, 1996, almost 29 years ago. She was last seen climbing into a silver or gray four-door car in the driveway of her Moline home with an unknown man in his 20s. Since that time, Moline police have continued their efforts to learn what happened to Trudy. Yeah, so he would have been like 22 years old. Hey, look at that. Lisa Belson wants to do a challenge. She'll donate 5 more channel memberships if the rest of the freaks donate 5. So it's really a 1-for-1, 2-for-1 option, I guess. So if you guys have the ability to do that, that would be awesome. Since that time, Moline police have continued their effort to learn what happened to Trudy. Over the years, authorities have conducted hundreds of interviews, served numerous search warrants, seized a boat, and excavated the site of an old home on Campbell Island in an effort to find Trudy's remains or learn what happened to her. There have been vigils for the girl in which police have begged anyone with information to come forward. Oh, we're not talking about Idaho 4 tonight. This is a cold case. If you just go back to the beginning of the show, you'd hear exactly. We covered this 6 years ago on here. A case of Trudy Appleby, where Trudy Appleby was, you know, I'm trying to just figure out what you mean by I'm saving for Idaho 4 live chat. I have no idea what's going on. Barred by statute of limitations. Come on, judges, do what they want. Yeah, this right here is a, it happened in 1996. 11-year-old Trudy Appleby was abducted right out in front of her home. And we are just in the last 3 months, it looks like, and even up in just right now, they are basically charging this guy. I mean, there's even articles today. All right. So we cover other things other than just Idaho 4, But do you guys see the challenge right there? Lisa Belson and said that if you guys, all you have to do is one channel membership, 5 different people, and then she'll match all 5 of those. Yeah, let's see. In 2018, Moline police rented 2 billboards in East Moline, one at 19th Street and 5th Avenue, and the other on Illinois 5 near Barstow Road in an effort to get someone to talk about Trudy's case. In 2023, Moline police served a search warrant in the 600 block of 8th Street in Kelowna, but found no evidence. In 2017, police identified William Ed Smith as a person of interest in the case and said that he may have been the last person seen with Trudy. Smith died in December of 2014 at the age of 72. The excavation performed by police at the home of Campbell on Campbell Island on October 2nd, 2017 had belonged to Whipple, who was Smith's son-in-law. Hey, thanks, Wild Bill Wassman. All right, we need 4 more. Who was Smith's son-in-law. The house was razed by Rock Island County in 2004. Fisher is a lifelong family friend of the Smiths. A witness saw Smith on the day of the disappearance in a vehicle near his Campbell Island residence. A witness saw Smith on the day of the disappearance in a vehicle near his Campbell Island residence. Police said there was a girl in the passenger seat the witness thought was Trudy. The witness knew Trudy, and the vehicle passed within a couple of feet. It was the last time Trudy was seen. Man, so they've had that witness the whole time. Another witness reported seeing Trudy earlier on August 21st, 1996, near her home, police said. She was getting into the passenger side of an older model gray vehicle. That witness did not know the driver. At the time of Trudy's disappearance, Smith had access to a vehicle that fit the description. According to police, investigators think the vehicle may have been scrapped shortly after Trudy went missing. Whipple, who was a registered sex offender, had long denied any involvement in Trudy's disappearance, telling the Quad City Times in 2012 that on the day of Trudy's disappearance, he was living on Campbell Island and he was watching his children. His wife was at work and they had one car he had. During the many vigils held annually for Trudy, her family has begged anyone with information to come forward. In 2018, Trudy's uncle, Ray Edelman, said he feared that not knowing was what happened to the 11-year-old girl. Edelman said his other fear is that when it comes to an end, I'm going to be able to handle the news I've been waiting for so long. I basically feel that as her family, if we were willing to admit that Trudy is dead, then the least that this person can do is come forward with information that they have so we can put closure to the case. Hey guys, not did you see Lisa Belson's challenge up there? I mean, come on, we're not even close to a goal again tonight, so we need support from the people in here, whether it's a gifted membership or just a regular, like a $5 super chat. We need $20 more in super chats, and then she'll send $25 worth of channel memberships. It shouldn't be that difficult, I don't know what I explained to you. We're in a tough place now. Their videos aren't working. Live streams, for some reason, YouTube doesn't. I actually looked too. It's only 6% of the people have their phones set to be notified. So I don't know. And then we have this one right here. This one's from October. Fisher makes first court appearance. The man accused of kidnapping and murdering 11-year-old Trudy Appleby 29 years ago is alleged to have taken the girl as collateral for a drug debt. See, isn't that amazing? Because that goes right back to what the mother thought about Trudy's dad, about his lifestyle at the time. One day after being transferred from the Scott County Jail to Henry County Jail, Jameson Albert Jamie Fisher, 50, was in court Wednesday for a first appearance on the charges leveled against him in connection with the August 21st, 1996 disappearance of Trudy. Fisher is charged in Henry County Circuit Court with 3 counts of first-degree murder, each of which alleges that Fisher strangled the girl. The final count of murder alleges the murder was committed in the course of kidnapping Trudy. Each of the murder cases carries a prison sentence of 20 to 60 years. Now, Fisher also is charged with concealing a homicidal death, a Class 3 felony that carries a prison sentence of 2 to 5 years. Yeah, he strangled her. The final, geez, what for? Because the alleged offenses occurred in 1996, Hathaway told Fisher he has the right to be sentenced under the 1996 provisions of the Illinois Code. However, State Attorney Catherine Runny said that even though Illinois still had the death penalty in 1996, it would not be an option today, right? Hathaway said that Fisher could represent himself, hire his own attorney, or have the public defender appointed. Let's see. When it came time to discuss pretrial detention hearing, Camp told Hathaway that after a review of the verified petition and a discussion with Mr. Fisher, we're rejecting to agree to the pre-trial detention. Camp said they would leave open the possibility of calling for a detention hearing in the future if circumstances change. According to the factual basis in support of pretrial detention, that Runny would have presented had there been a detention. I don't really care about a detention hearing. Ray and Anita Edelman, Trudy's uncle and aunt, said it has been a tough week for the family. Trudy's mother, Brenda Gordon, was killed October 10th, 2014, when she was struck by a vehicle in the 5400 block of Avenue of Cities in Moline. They were dealing with that unhappy anniversary in the midst of making it to the Fisher first appearance. We have a cemetery plot for her. Trudy disappeared August 21st. She was last seen climbing into a silver or gray four-door car in the driveway of her Moline home with an unknown man. Since that time, Moline police have continued. Hey, thanks, Sandy Shirley. We just need 3 more of those. Since that time, Moline police have continued their effort to learn what happened to Trudy. Over the years, authorities have conducted hundreds of interviews, served numerous search warrants, seized a boat, and excavated the site of an old home. That's probably where that one guy lived that died. And then, let's see. This one's from yesterday, or 2 days ago. Witnesses are expected to testify that the man accused in the slaying of Trudy Appleby abducted her and killed her near the train bridge close to Kershaw Mobile Home Park in Kelowna. Let's see where that is. All right, any chance you guys can do the Lisa Belson challenge? Well, there's a train. Is it like right there then? I would think. I mean, that's the train track going over the water. Abducted her and killed her near the train bridge close to Kershaw Mobile Home Park. Okay, let's see where that is. Maybe that's not. Is that what this is right here? Kershaw Mobile Home Park. I guess it's over here. Maybe there's another bridge. Okay. Oh, just right here then? Oh yeah, I guess that's another railroad track. So there you go. All right. Thanks, Wild Bill Wassman, again. Appreciate it. Man, I don't think I've ever seen it where it's just such a struggle on something like that. Let's see. Well, there's Bad Juju. I guess we just need one more now, you guys. And then we'll have to do a whole nother one later to try to get to a goal, because we're not even close yet again. Let's see. Dennis Appleby was looking for a large quantity of methamphetamine 2 to 3 weeks before Trudy's disappearance, a witness told prosecutors. The witness introduced Dennis Appleby to Fisher. According to prosecutors, witness will testify that Fisher owned a silver Chevy Cavalier matching a witness description of the car Trudy was last seen in. Wow, so, but the other guy you said had access to a vehicle. But all these people knew each other. The 3 witnesses, or the 3 suspects. A separate witness said Fisher told him. This is part of a document that came out. Right, so it said another witness will testify that she saw Fisher carry a lifeless little girl. Jesus. I mean, where were these witnesses before? A separate witness said Fisher told him at the time that he was in a fix because I've just kidnapped a girl for a drug debt. So somebody owed him something. So he must have, Trudy's dad, remember that lifestyle that he said, oh, I haven't done that for years. Well, maybe that wasn't accurate. Another witness will testify that she saw Fisher carry a lifeless girl off of a boat about a half-mile from the trailer park where prosecutors say she was killed. So is that where he lived, in that trailer park? The witness didn't tell police until 2016, according to the documents, because she feared Fisher would harm her. Another witness said Fisher once told her no one would ever find Trudy's body. Appleby was strangled, one witness told prosecutors. He told prosecutors that Fisher confessed to moving the body a couple of times. See, that's just like the Michael Vaughn case. Yeah, you guys, we just need one more gifted membership, and then Lisa Belson will gift 5. And there you go. Look at that. Bad Juju did another one. Thank you. Very kind, very kind. None of the witnesses, because Appleby was strangled, one witness said. A different witness said Fisher bragged about killing Trudy in 2017, saying he choked her to death and concealed her body. Why would you tell anybody that? Trudy remains have never been found. None of the witnesses, the prosecutors told the judge, are receiving deals in exchange for their testimony. Fisher pleaded not guilty to murder charges earlier this month. Police and prosecutors announced he was indicted on the charges in August. We went over that earlier. It came just days after he reached a plea deal with prosecutors in a Scott County drug case. That will send him to prison for 25 years, meaning that even if Fisher is acquitted in Trudy's death, he'll still serve prison time in Iowa. Wow, he took a plea for 25 years in a drug deal? In Trudy's case, Fisher is being represented by a public defender. Fisher will appear in court next for a pretrial hearing on December 19th. All right, so I guess there's that one. What's the... And there's this one. I guess, let me see if that works if I turn that off. Maybe not. Yeah, usually when you go to those sites one time and then they go up. And that doesn't work either. Okay. So that is the, it's good news, but man, how sick is that? Just an 11-year-old girl, had nothing to do with anything, and he abducted her to have a debt paid off. I actually don't know if I believe that. Doesn't make any sense, because the husband would have been called, because you would have, would have been an exchange, and that never happened. So to me, it seems like it was just something else. And they're using that as an excuse to, so that in prison, he doesn't look quite as bad. It wasn't like a sexual assault of any kind. I mean, that's what he's trying to make it seem like. I feel like a good channel member now. Yeah. Lisa Belson probably went back out to the beach and swam. What's a crazy night? I don't know what that means. I was actually thinking of going back over the Michael Vaughn thing again tonight, like after we just did this, because now that it's settled in for a night, it'd be kind of interesting to see or go over it again. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was more like a, a predator situation. Man, you guys are it's like dead as a doornail again. Nobody's typing. That means autocorrect changed my words. What was the name of my first boat? Hey, she came back from the Mai Tai on the beach. Thank you. Hey, look at that. It took a long time, but hey, at least we got the challenge in there. Means autocorrect. Thank you, Lisa Belson. My sister lives on the Big Island. She's like a teacher. Yeah. So we're still not at the goal for tonight. So if you guys have, if you're out there and you feel like you can help support the channel, that'd be great. Or you're kind of limping into the end of the month. I'm kind of nervous. Let's see. Yeah, you guys are everybody's supporting the channel are generous. I mean, some people... Did you see a cold case was solved in Arlington? No. Probably. I mean, we might have covered it. I don't know. You didn't say what the case was, so it doesn't really. It's not helpful. Yeah, I don't know if they say it like that. Hey, thank you, Mary Mellon. Hope I said that right. You never know, man. You just never know. Yeah, well, we covered a case last week, so if you tell me the name of the case, I'll tell you if we've done it. Just saying, hey, did you cover the, doesn't mean anything to me. Yeah, I mean, they have these, let's see, which case are you talking about? The Janny Perkins ones, or what? I don't know. Maybe they should have more classes like that, I guess. They get access, though, in those cold cases to all of the information, and they work through it. We don't get any of that stuff, when we cover cases. Like a lot of times I've covered cold cases where I go over all the newspaper stuff and everything, and it turns out we got it figured out pretty much what happened. And then, later on when there's an arrest made, etc., it's usually almost exactly the same. Let's see. I have oh, it's a stepsister. Yeah. She lives in Hawaii. Yeah, well, thanks. Let's see. Not sure if this, I guess I think I need to have it on live chat. There you go. More Ann Kepner. I don't think there's anything new. And I could look. No, not really. Wait, actually, this might be something. That's what we were thinking. Anna Kepner's mom found out about daughter's cruise death. Oh, on Google. That's not, you know. Blames ex for fraught relationship. I don't know. That's not really. That's not the kind of. I'm not interested in those kind of articles like that. Like the factual stuff. I can't wait for the. Is there any more Anna Kepner? No. I wouldn't mind going over the Monkey Vaughn thing again, though. Just so it's more like drilled in. I did. It was sort of interesting too because I looked up the. Well, just one of them so far, but I think it was Brandon Shirtliff. And that one, that's pretty crazy. I mean, he's got like this massive. I got this report that I can get. Yeah, look at all these different map locations that he was at, all of them, and then down here there's kind of like a list. Yeah, that's him right there. He's the Brandon Shirtliff. And then it had all these different spots that he'd been, even all the way up into, like, I mean, it seemed like he was moving around a lot, especially after, like trying to hide. It's pretty interesting. He didn't go across the country, but kind of far away from where he lived. But you know what we could do, you guys? We could open up the lines, and you guys can call in if you guys have any stories you want have to tell or anything like that. That might be interesting. But we're currently still about, I'd say, 12 channel memberships short of a goal tonight. You know, the low end. It would need to be another 20 where I donate 5 myself, but that's we're not there. No. Would anybody be interested in that? You call in, you could tell your stories or talk about any of these cases, and let me know what you're thinking, etc. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't already arrested the stepbrother. I mean, it's one of those things that's just obvious, right? He didn't leave the room either. You know, it's just, I don't know, it's just simple. I don't think the younger kids went. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I think it's more to do with we're not covering. Remember that the person that came in there earlier said, "Hey, if it was Idaho 4, I'd support your channel, but it's not." So, I mean, I actually think that's sort of a normal. I think people think that way. You know, it's like if you don't cover the big one that everybody wants to, you know, I thought this would be interesting for people, you know. So there you go. There's the StreamYard thing. If you want to call in, you can tell us your story, or talk about any of these cases we've been doing. Michael Vaughn, I mean, there's just so many of them. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think a lot of people think that way. That's why there's only 110. Yeah, we already mentioned that, PK. Yeah. No, he didn't go to bed with her dead body. If you heard that, that person filled you up with a bunch of shit. Her body was underneath the bed, wrapped in a towel and covered with life vests. And I think he may have slept in that bed on the, the top part of it. I don't know. They might. I think people, we have such short attention span, people these days, that people are more into the sensationalistic stuff than sort of methodically working through something. Just the way it is. But yeah, we need another, all right, right around 10 channel memberships to reach the goal, if that's something possible. See if all the freaks can get there. No, just in the room. I must have missed that sometime. I don't know what that means. Sorry. I must have missed that sometime. No, just in the room. What? You said came in and went to bed with her dead body in, I guess you did say in the room. But yeah. Of course. Yeah, and so did the younger brother, right? He slept in there too. He slept on the bunk. Apparently, the 16-year-old slept on the bed that she was under. Well, she's not going to use the bed. I'll sleep here. That's what he did. Yeah, well, we went over it. We did a whole, a huge show, 2 shows, 3 shows. Oh, do you see that by Lisa Lisa Valenzuela's challenge? She'll send, if the freaks send in either, $25 worth of channel memberships or just super chats, whatever, then she'll send in a 25 of coffee. Oh, hey, thanks, Bad Juju. Cool. How about that? So that's the new one. But yeah, we got the line open here. It's not really a telephone. It's you just sort of use it on your phone, StreamYard, and you can chat if you want. So that's Lisa Valenzuela. Can you guys do it? And actually, you can, the coffee, and that'll get us to the minimum goal level, and then hopefully somehow we get, by the time the show's over, we can get to a larger number, and then I can donate 5. I haven't been able to donate 5 in a while. Hey, thanks, PK. Sue sews it up. Yeah, right. I mean, isn't it obvious, though, too? If her body's found under the bed, then they had to sleep in there. Where else would they sleep that night? Well, I don't know, because it was after her bet. Her it was after her challenge, Bad Juju. I mean, I don't mind if you want to throw it in there, but I mean, before. Yours was before her challenge. Let's see. Okay. I guess we need to count it. Having an actual drink. I say I'm having a drink. And fell with. Yeah. How come it says? See, that can't be. You know what's? You know what I noticed? What happened? Oh, those glitches that you're talking about. You notice how we haven't had those crazy. Looks like we're having one of those fake things right now because it says 401. That definitely isn't. There's no 400 people here. But they haven't been purchasing those fake surges that they used to do. But yeah, we need 4 more channel memberships, and then Lisa Valenzuela will send in coffees. See if we can do that. Gray intimidates a drunk just like my father. I don't know what that means. Oh, Gray imitates imitates a drunk just like my father-in-law does. He sounds. Oh, I do. Oh, yeah, that's good. All right. I think it does. Yeah, that Monkey Vaughn thing is so weird. I mean, why was he on the tricycle over on that street? Did they give it to him and say, "Hey, pedal it over here" or something? Because it was their tricycle. It was one that was in his garage. So how did Michael Vaughn end up on that thing? I guess that they didn't explain that part. I think that's what tricked him to come over. Probably over at that little that slide, you know. Yeah. So now we got the fake viewer count right now. It says 286 concurrent and 644 current viewers. No chance at that. If there was, hey, all the viewers out there, hit the like button. Hey, let's see if we can do it, man. That should get us up to 800, right? Yeah, so now it says down there 680. My total views, this is how you know it's garbage. When your total views is 726 and there's 835 watching. Okay? That's not a reality. Man, we haven't had one of these glitches in a while. It's too strong for me, though. But any chance we can get those other 4 channel memberships, you guys? It's a challenge that Lisa Valenzuela put out. My son gets a bag of coffee. Yeah. Well, why don't you guys... You can ask me questions then. Go ahead. We'll make it one of those, a Q&A. There isn't 1,000 watching. I just explained it to you. There's not 1,000 watching. There's not 1,265 watching. We've only got 794 views. This is one of those stupid things that either YouTube or the trolls do every once in a while. It's not real. We've only got 794 views, but 1,591 concurrent viewers. Does that make any sense to anybody? Well, how could you only get 700 views if there's 1,500 watching? Gray, do you know much about digital audio? No, I don't. I know about audio files. I don't know anything about a workstation. What kind of a question is that? Do you ever get down from seeing how awful all these perps are? Yeah, I sort of try to separate myself, just disassociate. I don't think you can work through cases the way we do it here if you're sitting there, because that's what happens. Those are the channels, the sensationalistic, what do you call it? The sensationalistic kind of drama-ish type channels, because they'll start focusing in on, well, how come that person, like the ones that would go after Becky, Patty, because, wow, you shouldn't have allowed them to go to the bridge that day. I just don't do it. It's a complete waste of time. So whenever you start talking about that, yeah, but why does that matter? SSS Zulu. Programs used to record music. Okay, what about it though? What do you want me to, only 3 more? Where was the second one, Lisa? I haven't seen a second one. Oh, Wild Bill Wassman again. Hey, thanks, Wild Bill. I missed that one. Yeah, so we just need 3 more of those, you guys. Is this your full? It's pretty close, pretty close. That's why it's just, I'm in a really bad place right now, because my videos that I make, I don't know what the deal is, but they're not being viewed at all, like 1,500 views. You can't make a living on 1,500. You need about 20,000, 30 or so. And then I do the live streams, and there's so few people being notified these days. Yeah, or they're just not interested. There isn't 3,488 people watching right now. Just letting you know. Okay. We have 1,200, the view number went up a little bit, 1,301, but we definitely don't have 3,701 people watching. Hey, all 3,701, hit that like button really quick. Let's see if it works. Yeah, the thing is over here, I donate thousands of dollars to various charities, and right now, we give 500 out earlier this month, but we're not, right now we're in a really crappy place where, like, if right now we didn't bring in any more income, I don't know if I would be able to donate any more money this month. That's how bad it's been. Okay, because there's no ad revenue coming in. Some nights on here, there's been absolutely horrendous. We get lucky every night. There's just these really generous people. Without them, it would have been just, I don't even know what we'd be doing this month, to be honest with you. So that's why we're trying to do these little, small little goals in here. So if you have the ability to, could you help out and do the other 3 channel membership gifted for Lisa Valenzuela's challenge? Okay, because I don't have any other options here. I don't have somebody that goes out and markets my channel. I don't have a producer. I don't have anything. Yeah. Do we have emotion? I don't even see emotions on there. I don't think it's on, is it? Maybe it is. I don't see it on my screen though. Right. But look how hard it is. Like, such a struggle to get to the 3 extra coffees. You see how, like, that used to be something where it'd be so easy. People would go, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. Instead, it's just, like, I have to keep asking over and over again. Drives me nuts. All right. Yeah, we've only got 1,484 views, so there's absolutely no there's no chance that there's 4,307. Plus, if, you know, if I'd said hit the like button, there would have been, we probably have 800 likes, but there isn't. Yeah, right. So I'll just ask another time, will we be able to get those other 3 coffees in here so that Lisa Valenzuela can then support the channel with her 5 coffees, and that'll help support the channel. That just is. I don't know, man. It's been this month we're in a bad place. Right now, I'm a third of the income this month as we made 2 months ago. At this point in the month, so that's bad. And last month was about 60% of the month before, and this month is going to be about 80%, maybe 70% of last month. If we just kick ass all the way through it, you know. Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, we've given 270,000 since January of 2020. Even before that, since that, even after that case that we just covered, originally was covered. Isn't that weird? So that was August 2019. So 6 months after that's when we started doing this, and I've given 270,000 out. All right. Well, we were just covering. I don't know. I'm just so frustrated, you guys. I don't know. I know I'm supposed to be all jovial and happy because happy people, but it's just so frustrating, you know. Don't know what to tell you. So, anyways, hey. It's about the only way to reach the goal tonight, and we're I was like, giving drip correlates to Charlie Kirk's murder. Giving drip. I don't know what that means. Yeah, when we do the, when I cover Charlie Kirk, I mean, the last videos I've made have got 1,500 views. Nobody's watching those either. Yeah. So. Yeah, the whole thing just totally stopped. I don't know what the deal was, you guys. My channel was doing so well a month and a half ago. I mean, I got thousands of new subs and everything. And then it was almost like I got put into a bucket of the conspiracy theorist nut jobs or something, and then YouTube punished me for it because immediately, like on a dime, the numbers dropped off the face of the earth. And hey, thanks Lisa Belson. And see, Lisa Belson is so generous all the time. And it doesn't seem like she should have had to do it this time again because, you know, there's a lot of people that watch, and, you know, it should have been something that should have been somewhat easy to get to. Thank you. Let's see. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the hell the deal is, but if you guys, if I could show you That's just crazy, the number drop. And even my little rep, the rep that helps me out, she's like, yeah, that's weird. I don't have any idea why it's doing that. And I said, well, they always say shadow banning isn't a thing, but I don't know what it is. I feel like they're giving preferential treatment to the big, they're really pumping out the huge sort of Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, all those people's channels where they just, it sort of just inundates the entire sort of market or whatever you want to call it. And it just, I don't know, man. I've been doing this for a long time. I just don't understand it. I have, like this hate community too that, I don't know if they like rile up their people and have them, put specific comments, like, oh, report the channel, because that's what these lunatics do, stuff like that. And maybe that's doing something too. I don't know. But anyways. Well, if you were kicked off, you wouldn't be able to read their comment. Now, you were never kicked off of anything. That's bullshit. Yeah, so we don't come in making up stuff. Hey, thanks, Lisa Valenzuela. So, my challenge now will be if we get 10 more channel memberships, I'll donate 5. Okay? That's for the whole rest of the show. If somehow all of you guys can do that, that would be good. I know. Yeah, I don't think it's just me. Even like Paramount Tactical, for example, he used to get like 8,000, 10,000 people watching, and then almost on a dime, too. It went all the way down to like 700 or 800. I saw a show where he had 300 people watching, which is like, wow, that's way less than his normal amount. They give preference to hype, sensationalism because it sells. I know, isn't that sad, though? I mean, it just really, it's very frustrating. Why would that sell? I would think what I do, my coverage of the Charlie Kirk case, I think is some of the best stuff I've ever done. And it's absolutely accurate, truthful. I mean, I would say it's 100% accurate what I'm putting out in that case. And somehow, because I'm not doing what Candace Owens is doing, talking about what was her newest one? Oh, that the Egyptians were doing war games somewhere. And how is she linking this shit back to Charlie Kirk? I mean, it's the most ludicrous thing ever. Well, listen, the Egyptians were doing, the Egyptians were doing some wargaming, and it was sort of tracking. The location was at the same time where that plane was there, and then somehow that, what does it have to do with Charlie Kirk? She keeps mentioning Charlie Kirk because that's the hook for the viewers. But Charlie Kirk has nothing to do with what she's talking about. It's crazy. And no, there's not 5,700 people watching. We're getting the Bart Simpson. In about 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you'll see it shoot straight down off a cliff. Watch. All right, everybody, hit that like button for me, would you? Go ahead. Right now, hit that like button 10, 20, 25, 30. Hit that like button 40. We're here 50, 55, 60. Hit that like button 70. 65, 70, 75, 80. Hit that like button 90, 90, 95, 100, 110, 120, 35, 40, 30. Now 5. Yeah, with 6,099 people watching, I would have gotten 100 just like that. But we didn't get one like after I did that. Not even, well, one. We just got one. Who? PK? Who are you talking about? I mean, I don't want you to mention it. Automatically taken to his channel. There is one channel that if a video ends, you automatically get taken to his channel. Well, now, it doesn't automatically do that. It means that you watched that channel before, and now it thinks that you want to watch their next video. It doesn't automatically do that. Yeah, it's not like that at all. That means that he's covering content that you must have wanted to watch. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna do the goal that I need to get done here. All right. All right, there you go. Right there, you know? Because I'm worth it. You know, I don't have any other thing to offer or whatever. We're just doing the show. I mean, you can ask me anything in the Charlie Kirk case. Go ahead. Anything. Don't ask me about the Egyptian airplanes. I really don't give two shits about that. Nor should anybody else. But boy, it sure makes a good story. Dun 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 dun! Watch on ABC News the new documentary, Where Was the Egyptian Plane? That has absolutely nothing to do with Charlie Kirk's death. But if we somehow associate it, you'll watch our show. So here we go. Yeah. Yeah, but that's not what she's talking about, Paulette. What do you mean he's become a huge channel? I don't know what that even means. Jeez. I don't know. I don't really, you know what? I got to be honest with you. I think it'll be cool to see ballistic tests, but they don't need to be done. Okay? You know, they don't need to be done at this point. The case is simple, obvious, clear as day. There's no confusing. There's nothing that just doesn't look right. Nothing. And even if he puts a great video out that shows the ballistic gel doing whatever, the conspiracy people just aren't going to care or believe it. So it's really useless, you know. It'll be interesting, like, hey, look at that. It's the same thing as the, you know, Matt Kester putting the rifle in his pants. I mean, you can see that that's why he's doing that, and then he proves it and then goes, oh, yeah. But the conspiracy people don't watch it, nor will they care. Hey, cool coats, Kylie. Hey, thanks. Wild Bill Wassman again. You guys see that? My goal up there. So if we get to, also at the end of it, it's not just because I'm worth it. Is I'll donate 5 memberships also at the end. Ding ding diddle ding diddle ding ding ding. You produce facts and your viewers are low. It shows that your regulars are an intelligent crowd who are... Right, but I had a larger group of regulars. See, there's some people that even all the years where I've shown them what reality is, they go, oh, I don't know. Oh, I want to... And they go off and watch the bullshit. Okay? So I don't know what to tell you. So it doesn't matter. Yes, I thought I had more people that were intelligent, you know, but fortunately it's kind of a smaller group. Yeah, well, what I like is when I do my show, we don't have a bunch of people typing in hateful, rhetoric. I mean, when you watch Candace Owens' show, I would say 50% of her comments are almost as if they were 1938 Nazi Germany. I mean, it's the sickest thing I've ever seen. Now, I've already explained that, Ashley, a million times, what the SUV that pulled up next to him. The news is that it likely was right here. And when you look over here, I've shown it on my camera. This right here is a curb with red paint on it, but it's a little bit worn out in this spot over here. So what happened was the car came around the corner, or pulled, not around the corner, but pulled up next to it and said he thought he was going to be able to park, and then realized, oh wait, it's not a parking place, and drove on. That's what happened there. I've probably mentioned that, I don't know, 50 times. Being a retired engineer, I'm interested in ballistics, even if they don't convince anyone. Yeah, but it's not really ballistics. It's just going to be, here, look, here's a bullet hitting gels, a gel pack. I'm going to try to make it look like, hey, if it was, to me, the case is obvious, The bullet hit Charlie Kirk. Had it been a high-speed camera, you literally would see the bullet hit his neck first, and then the shock wave, because the bullet did not go in straight, it's more like much more on the surface, had a massive shock wave in just a minutia of a second, probably within a thousandth of a second. There was already this huge wave that happened, and that's what knocked the shirt straight up in the air, and then expansion of his neck, and then boom, and then there's this hole sitting there. There wasn't any camera footage that miraculously happened to film the 1,000th of a second before the shirt would have bounced up over top of where the bullet entered. Okay, that's the reality of it. So seeing it isn't going to make it. I don't know. I mean, it'll be it'd be cool to watch. I'd say that it's not going to convince anybody of anything. No, nobody's watching AI sign. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about, to be honest with you. Yeah. Well, we need 9 more of my challenge. See if we can do it. The quartering. I don't even know who the quartering is. Never heard of them. Yeah, but it might be interesting for you if you're, I mean, ballistics would be the whole thing, right? Yeah, I've seen the neck expansion. Yeah, I think there's no expansion because the bullet was yawing when it went in. And that's why there's so much force on the surface. Like normally the bullet would probably go in and almost be exiting when that shock wave went like that. This bullet, I think was kind of, I mean, that's what my theory was. We did a whole show on it a while ago. We went and even used ChatGPT, worked through it, asked it different questions, and it was kind of came down to like it was, the factors were if it had old ammo and the rifling didn't match the type of ammunition that was being used. Did the barrel kind of expand over the years and it wasn't able to keep a tight spiral, or, gyroscopic stability, that kind of thing. And the hole looks really big, too. And the reason it looks big, I think, is because it came in at an angle. Like, not the trajectory, but the bullet itself was yawing. And that's why there's so much power on the surface, because it's like a slap instead of a poke. You know, I mean, think about it like that. And if you had I don't know, let's say you had a manhole, for example, and you could fire a manhole at a wall and it went straight on, like the whole round surface hit the flat side of a wall. That wall would just, I mean, the force that would be on beyond that wall would just absolutely destroy it. Now, if the manhole was flying in from the side, it probably, you know, you'd see it kind of go straight in, almost like on 9/11 when the planes hit the buildings. Remember how when they first go in, they just go boom right in, and then, you know, the fireball and everything. But if those planes had come in sideways or something, oh man, that would have been totally different. Would have taken out 2 floors, etc. Yeah, I don't agree with you, Bad Juju. Let's see, I found out I can use my Google Rewards money. Oh, cool. Yeah, when people say, yeah, it wouldn't go straight, it would go somewhat straight. I know that that's what Paramount Tactical says all the time to try to... I just don't agree. I think that if you... I mean, I know I'm not... You know, he does this stuff, he's a shooter, but I'm just using... You know, I've seen other videos on YouTube where a guy's shooting a rifle over and over and over again, and he took like 20 shots, and 9 of them yawed. I mean, you know, like they go in sideways. Okay, but they still hit the target. They're just not exactly where he aimed. If you're shooting from 140 yards, and you fire, and the bullet starts yawing, it'll still hit the target, just not where exactly in a little tiny concentric circle that you aimed at. So, for example, if you aimed at Charlie Kirk's head, maybe the bullet would dip and go into the neck. Maybe it moved over 5 inches to the left or whatever. I don't think it doesn't have enough time to go 20 feet one direction or the other. I just, you know, you hear the gunshot, poof, and then it hits, right? There isn't time for the bullet to be off by 60 feet to the right or 5 feet to the left. Okay, it literally, I think, would still hit the target. It would just go in yawing sideways. Yeah. Whenever I do the challenges, hardly anybody ever does them. That's the the little secret, I guess. But we need 9 more if you guys have the ability to. Because we're still not even actually at the goal inside of in YouTube. Just barely with the coffees, you know. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why people are saying that Bad Juju about how if it's yawing, it's not going to hit the target. I just that doesn't exist. I've seen videos. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It wouldn't go straight, but it would go like, you know, like a knuckleball kind of, probably wiggling a little bit through the air. I don't know. I thought maybe you tried to hit him in the head, and because of the lack of gyroscopic stability, it hit him in the neck. See, now we're starting to, like the little Bart Simpson's hair thing is dropping. So pretty soon it'll get down to likely where there's 100 people watching. Do you think he planned to hit Charlie Kirk in the neck? Are you still there, Bad Juju? I mean, somebody sent me that video. Sure. Yeah, sure. He tried to hit him in the chest and it went up. Right. I don't have an, you know, I'm just got to throw one out there because somebody asked you the question. Yeah, I think that's ludicrous when people are saying it's the same SUV. See, people just watch crap on YouTube and, you know, like on Twitter, and they go, oh, look, ooh, and they just believe them because they told you that. It doesn't look like the same vehicle. You know? It doesn't. So it just looks like another SUV. It's too blurry, too far away. Nobody even knows if the one that was over there. You know, people keep mentioning that this one guy has a longer video at the shopping mall of the Dodge Challenger, and then these other two cars show up again or something. And I haven't seen that recently. I think a long time ago I saw something that was longer, but I haven't seen it. So if you have the link, send me the link to that. Yeah, but I think you're right. Like, it's going to be it's going to be either he was using old ammunition, the gun was used a lot at some point, and it kind of has damage over the years, or he was using ammunition that wasn't specifically for that rifle itself. Because ChatGPT was telling us that, you know, depending on what the bore, you know, the barrel is, you have to have a certain ammunition or it won't rotate fast enough for that ammunition based on the boring of your rifle. All right, you guys, any chance we can get those other 9 coffees so I can donate the 5? That'll get us up to 55 memberships. That'd be pretty good. I don't know if I've missed them. I can't go back up and look. I just said that, yeah. Yeah, I just said that. Right, I just said that. Let's see, it seems more likely that the bullet flipped end over end like a football. I don't think it flipped. I think it was just kind of... I mean, it could have hit straight on perpendicular to his neck by the time it got there, but I don't think it was like flipping over like that, like a propeller sideways. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what the whole thing was about. Like, if you had different types of ammunition, you know, different weights, you know, etc. And like some of the more modern bullets, they need more gyroscopic stability to maintain stability, or more rotation to maintain stability than some of the older ones. Nah, I think of it. No, I don't think it would make much of a different sound. As long as it still breaks the sound barrier, it's going to make the same sound, right? So it would start off going end over end. I mean, it would start off as when it leaves the muzzle, it's going supersonic. It's going to still make the cracking sound, and then
let's go for it.
It might slow down a little bit. We went over that too with ChatGPT. It talked about the speed might go from, I don't remember what it was, like 2,500 feet per second down to like 1,400 or something, which is still, I don't know, I think that's over the speed of sound. I don't know. Yeah, it would still make the crack sound as it's leaving the barrel, And then it doesn't immediately start going flipping end over end, right? It's going to come out of the end, and then based on, you know, down range a little bit, it'll start moving. I don't think it's going to make a buzzing sound across the... I don't know. Yeah, I bet it's the initial crack sound that you were talking about up there, right? You said the supersonic crack. Of course, it's going to still make the cracking sound because it broke the sound barrier. The whizzing sound would be later, but there really isn't enough time to hear any of that stuff because from 140 yards, that bullet hit him in less, like a fraction of a second. It hit Charlie Kirk. So there wouldn't be... It's too close. If it was 1,000 yards, you might hear the buzzing sound. But that's what I think. You know, could be wrong, but I don't think there was time to hear buzzing. Hey, thanks, Lisa Valenzuela and Sandy Shirley. Hey, we're making some progress. What are we at? 3 now? That's right. Wild Bill Wassman, Lisa Valenzuela, and Sandy Shirley. All right, just need 7 more of those. Yeah, I don't agree. I'm a supersonic aerodynamic engineer. Oh, God. It would be a crack and a buzz. I don't agree with you. Okay? Yeah. There wouldn't be time to get a buzz going. It was like this. Like, there was such a quick time. The shot sound, and when it hit him, was like within 1/8 of a second. So there isn't a time for buzzing. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Do you have any like a video you can let me hear the buzzing sound from 140 yards? I need to hear it. He just so happens to be a supersonic aerodynamic engineer, everybody. Yeah, let's see. Let's get ChatGPT out here. Let's see. I'll see if you're right. Let's see if you're right. I'll admit if let's see what it says. What sound would a 30-06 rifle make with a 140-yard shot if the bullet lost its gyroscopic stability and was rotating end over end? Yeah, well, I think even if it went over end, the distance is so short that it would still hit there. I mean, I had a pellet gun that was 760 feet a second, and that thing, you know, it said muzzle blast, a very sharp, loud crack boom, well over 150 decibel at the muzzle. Supersonic shock wave as the bullet leaves the barrel. Above the speed of sound, you get a sharp crack along its path. Whether the bullet is perfectly stable or starting to lose gyroscopic stability doesn't really change the initial sound. Well, I said that exact same thing a minute ago. Doesn't change the initial sound at the shooter. The blast is produced by the powder gases, not the bullet's attitude. So near the shooter, it just sounds like a regular high-powered rifle shot. That's exactly what I said. And then 140 yards equals 128 meters. Supersonic crack, sharp whip-like crack as the shock wave passes you. Muzzle report arriving later, deeper boom or bang. If the bullet has lost gyroscopic stability and is tumbling end over end, that mainly changes the aerodynamic and down range noise. The bullet can make a louder, irregular, buzzing, whizzing, or fluttering sound as it passes than the tighter, clean snap. Right. That's what we were just saying. So, but there isn't time for it to do any of that, right? Because the bullet, it's so close that it hit, and there isn't like, you know, like it's blowing by. It was like a no. So it's even less than that. Inside of that little tiny sound, there wouldn't be time. But I mean, you've seen movies out there that have that little whizzing sound or whatever, and so there's that part right there for you. It does say that. The bullet can make a louder, irregular, buzzing. Listener, okay, let's type this in. Would you hear the buzzing, whistling, or fluttering sound in such a short shot as 140 yards?
Yes, you absolutely can hear the buzzing, whistling, fluttering at 140 yards if the bullet is genuinely tumbling. Here's why. Tumbling noise doesn't require long distance, it requires instability. A bullet begins to make audible weird noises as soon as it loses gyroscopic stability, not only at long ranges. A 30-06, losing stability will present more surface area to the air, wobble or rotate off axis,
time to hear it, though?
shed vortices irregularly,
It's like
produce fluctuating air pressure around it. Those effects can produce a distinct buzz, flutter, wobble, or burp sound to anyone near its flight path. These irregular noises are not dependent on long flight time. They're dependent on the degree of yaw or tumbling.
Okay.
2. Real-world tests show stability loss is audible even at 25 to 50 yards.
So that's kind of interesting. So that means that the sound would continue to, like the sound would just sort of be made and exist regardless of the fact that it's already impacting. It would just sort of, even though it's way behind the bullet, basically. I know, I tried to help you out there, Bad Juju. That's why I looked it up.
Yards. Documented
Thanks,
behaviors from ballistics labs, forensic firearm tests, competitive shooters firing unstable bullets, suppressed rifle testing. All confirm. Even at 25 to 100 yards, a tumbling rifle bullet can make a wob 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 sound, a buzz or humming, a fluttering paper sound, a mini helicopter blade sound, a loud, whizzing wobble. It's quite noticeable if you're within a few yards of the bullet's path. 3. At 140 yards it can be heard, but depends on where the witness is. If the listener is near the bullet path within approximately 15 yards, they will likely hear a strong fluttering or buzzing, an uneven
what if they got any of that information from any of the people?
Uneven whiz, a sick version of the usual supersonic crack. This is common in forensic reconstructions where bullets yaw or tumble before impact. If the listener is far off to the side, the weird sound may be faint or not heard at all. If the bullet is only slightly unstable, you might hear...
Well, I don't know if you would hear it because you'd have to be downrange from it, Big Darren.
Hear a distorted or dirty supersonic crack, a mild wobble sound, no clean snap. If the bullet is fully end-over-end tumbling, the sound is very obvious, even at 140 yards. It becomes more like burp whiz whoop, instead of a clean crack snap. 4. The clearest indicator equal to the impact sound. If a 30-06 hits sideways keyholes, the impact will produce a very different noise. Louder, wider slap.
Right.
A tearing sound.
Yeah.
A heavier, ugly impact thud.
So
sometimes two-stage noise is the...
That's exactly what I think. That's the sound when Charlie Kirk gets hit. That's what it is.
The bullet tumbles and tears. This is often easier to hear than the flutter itself. Bottom line. Yes, the buzzing, whistling, fluttering is absolutely audible at 140 yards if the bullet has lost stability. The degree of tumble determines loudness, not distance. Witness proximity to the bullet path matters. Forensic shooting tests repeatedly confirm audible instability at much shorter distances than 140 yards. If you want, I can also describe exactly what a witness 140 yards downrange would hear in order, including muzzle blast delay, shockwave timing, and the sound profile of an unstable. A 06. Just tell me where the witness is positioned. On the path, off to the side, behind the target, etc.
1, 2, 3. All right, we need 6 more, you guys. 6 more gifted channel memberships, or just 6 more 5s. Let's see, what was the other one? Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. Gotta put my watch on the charger. You know, these Google smartwatches, they sure as hell don't keep their charge that long. It's like 24 hours. Audio from the walkway over Charlie would have recorded. Well, Bartholomew's didn't have that, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if somebody had the. He was off to the side. I wonder if any of the witnesses heard that. Maybe there's some audio that recorded it. But that would be if it was flipping end over end, right? If it's just yawing, it's not going to do that. Let's see. So my question up here was more like the bullet lost it and was rotating end over end. Okay. I think if it's just yawing, okay, does a yawing bullet also make a different sound if it's not going end over end, but just turning? Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what it says. Yaw wobble versus tumbling.
Yes, even a bullet that is only yawing, not tumbling end over end, will produce a noticeably different sound. You don't need full end over end tumble for the noise to change.
Let's see if it sounds like.
Let's break it down clearly. 1. Yaw, wobble versus tumbling end over end. There are 3 instability states. A. Normal bullet with small yaw. All bullets have a tiny yaw cycle called coning motion. This is not audible to humans. B. Excessive yaw, bullet is wobbling. Bullet nose swings several degrees off axis. Still spinning normally, not end over end. This absolutely is audible.
Hey, thanks, Christine.
Listeners often hear
Come on,
dirty
guys,
or
we can
warbly
do it.
whiz, fluttery crack, an uneven oscillating pitch, a wub 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 Doppler effect. Full tumbling end over end, much louder, buzzing, harsh flutter, helicopter-like chopping, chaotic air shredding. 2. Why yaw makes audible noise. Yaw changes the airflow around the bullet. The nose is not aligned with the direction of travel. Drag fluctuates rapidly. Airflow separates and reattes. Pressure waves around the bullet become uneven. This produces small but rapid oscillations in the supersonic shockwave. To a human ear, that becomes dirty, wobbling, unstable whiz, instead of a clean, snap whiz. 3. What yaw sounds like. Based on ballistic gel tests, range reports, and forensic reconstructions, excessive yaw without tumbling sounds like a wobbling cycling tone. Woo 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 woo. A modulated whiz. A pulsing Doppler shift, like a mini helicopter rotor. Not loud, but distinctly different from a clean, tight supersonic snap.
All right, let's see this one. I asked it, how are you hearing the sound in a 140-yard shot when the shot hits the I meant to put neck in a fraction of a second? And then it said...
Great question, and this is exactly where the physics gets counterintuitive.
All right.
You aren't hearing the bullet after it hits. You're hearing the bullet in flight, and that sound reaches you before the sound of the gun itself. Let me break it down cleanly.
But it seems like, but it's such a little amount of... I mean, I guess it's only in the air for point... You know, I mean... God, I got to ask a follow-up on this one.
Bullet, a 32.6 bullet, is supersonic. Approximately 2,700 to 2,800 FPS.
There it was, yeah.
At 140 yards. Bullet flight time approximately equal to 0.15 seconds.
Right.
Speed of sound approximately equal to 1,125 FPS. So yes, the bullet hits the target almost instantly.
Right.
But that does not prevent you from hearing the sound of the bullet's flight. 2. The bullet produces its own sound, a supersonic shock wave.
Okay, I'm already going to ask another one. Over here. A timeline, what a witness down. Okay. But if the bullet is only in the air for 0.15 seconds, how are we hearing whizzing sound when you would need more time to hear whizzing in 0.15, you know, whizzing. I mean, you need more time to hear what we refer to as whizzing. That's what I want to know. Because, I mean, that's too short. It's like, like, how do you hear a whiz in that little tiny...
This is a really good question, and the answer makes perfect sense once you picture how the sound actually reaches you. Most people imagine hearing a whizzing sound as if you're listening to a long, continuous noise, like a bullet in a movie that goes whiz for a full second. That's not how real bullet whizzing works.
Yeah, but it's 0.15.
Let me break it down clearly and simply. The whiz is not a long sound. It is an extremely short burst. A rifle bullet passing near you only produces...
Hey, thanks, Christine. Look at that. Christine's done 3 in a row, you guys. Let's see if we can get some other freaks to help. We need 4 more.
Produces an audible whiz for a few milliseconds, not seconds. You only hear it during the tiny moment, when the bullet is closest to you, and when the shockwave and airflow noise reach your ears. Even though the bullet is only in flight for 0.15 seconds, the audible whiz part is usually 2 to 40 milliseconds long, depending on how close you are to the flight path. And your brain perceives that short burst as a whiz or snap or buzz. You do not need a long-duration sound to perceive it.
Okay.
2. The whiz is really the shock wave sweeping over you. You aren't hearing the bullet behind it like a jet airplane. You're hearing the shock wave cone, the turbulent air, the pressure fluctuation caused by yaw, and the Doppler effect as it passes you. That shock wave hits you instantly the moment the bullet passes. It's brief, but very distinct. This lasts only milliseconds, and our ears and brain interpret that short spike as whiz. 3. A short sound still sounds like a whiz. Human hearing does not require long duration to form a perception. Examples. A bee flying past your ear, 50 milliseconds, still sounds like a buzz. A ricochet sound, very short, still clearly a zing.
I don't know.
A whip crack.
I don't know. Do you think you would actually make out a bee sound in 0.15 seconds? I mean, that just seems like that would be ridiculous. I'm not going to say can. How far would a yawing bullet, yeah, I guess that's a good word, deviate.
Okay, now 4 more.
Deviate. Okay, well, no, I think it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's only 3 more, Christine. So we just need 3 more of those. 3 more gifted memberships, you guys. Help out Christine. How far would a yawing bullet deviate? Let's see. How far would a yawing bullet deviate in a 140-yard shot? I guess it would depend with no wind. I was going to put. I don't think there's much wind in that little. Why is it doing that? Give me the answer. Yeah. It's not quite a long time. Well, I mean, you know, you can get a shot off in basketball in 0.3. So that's half of that.
Short answer at 140 yards with a properly stabilized to 0.6 bullet and little wind. The lateral deviation from point of aim is usually only within an inch or two, assuming a decent rifle and shooter.
Oh,
once a bullet truly...
I didn't answer this right. I didn't ask it correctly. How far will a bullet from a 30-06 rifle deviate in a 140-yard shot if it's yawing? Forgot to put that in there. Kind of the key point. Come on, freaks. We got to get those other three. And then I'll donate 5 memberships myself.
Short version, if it's yawing but not fully tumbling, the extra deviation at 140 yards is usually on the order of a few inches, not feet. Think roughly 2 to 8 inches off.
See that?
Where a perfectly stable bullet from the same rifle would land, with little wind.
That's almost exactly what we're seeing in this case.
Let's put some structure on it. Key idea. Yaw not equal to instant wild curve. A yawing bullet, nose not perfectly pointing along its path, doesn't immediately hook off like a curveball.
Exactly.
Instead,
it's so close that it would be fired out, and then it's got so much forward momentum that it would take a little bit of time for the actual wind resistance from the yaw to start moving it.
The nose circles around the flight path, coning motion.
Yeah, no problem, Bad Juju. It looks like you nailed it on the whizzing sound. I didn't think that was a reality at all, but like I said, I'm not a ballistics expert whatsoever, so there you go.
Aerodynamic forces aren't perfectly symmetric. Slightly more drag, slightly more dispersion. The center of mass still follows roughly the original line, but with more wobble and random spread. So, at 140 yards, you're not looking at some guaranteed huge sideways jump. You're looking at an opened up group. 2. What that looks like in inches at 140 yards. At 100
Yeah, thanks for being there last night, Christine. Yeah, I mean, maybe the only way I'm going to be able to do this is like have to do like 3 shows a day for hours and hours, and hope to God, it's just look how hard it is to get these 3. I mean, the whole night it's just
100 yards approximately equal to 1.047. At 140 yards, that's approximately equal to 1.47 per MOA. Now imagine 3 levels of yaw, all still technically stable, not end over end tumbling. A, mild yaw, still pretty normal. Rifle ammo that would be approximately 1 to 2 MOA when perfectly stable. Mild extra yaw might open the group to 2 to 3 MOA. At 140 yards, 2 MOA, approximately equal to 2.9. 3 MOA, approximately equal to 4.4.
Inches.
You're talking maybe an extra inch or 2 of random deviation compared to a perfect shot. Moderate yaw, marginal stability, maybe slightly dirty holes. Practical group might open to 3 to 5 MOA. At 140 yards. 3 MOA, approximately equal to 4.4. 5 MOA, approximately equal to 7.3. Now your impacts might land 4 to 7 inches from point of aim. Still on a torso-sized target, but clearly sloppier than normal. Severe yaw, close to tumbling, obvious keyholing on the target. Groups can blow out to 5.
See, look at it. Even if it's like severe tumbling, it's only 7 to 14 inches. And that's either right, left, up, or down, I would imagine. So, if you're aiming at his middle chest area and it hits him in the neck, well, that's probably 7 to 14 inches. And then if you went for his head and it hit him in the neck, that's probably 7 to 14 inches. And it's just like, it makes complete sense.
5 to 10 MOA or more.
It's weird how, like, the conspiracy people don't ever look stuff up like that.
At 140 yards. 5 MOA, approximately equal to 7.3. 10 MOA, approximately equal to 14.7. Now the bullet can land anywhere from approximately 7 to approximately 15% off in a largely unpredictable way. You could still hit a big target, but missing a smaller one like a head or narrow torso becomes very likely. 3. So what's a realistic answer to your question? How far will a bullet from a 30 to 06 deviate in a 140-yard shot if it's yawing with little wind? For a typical 30 to 06, assuming bullet is yawing but not full end-over-end tumbling, and conditions are otherwise decent, and the rifle ammo combo would normally shoot approximately 1 to 2 MOA. Then a reasonable ballpark is mild yaw, still around 2 to 4 off.
Inches.
Moderate yaw, 4 to 7 off.
Inches.
Severe but not fully tumbling, 7 to 12 plus off. You can't get a single exact number without test data from that exact rifle, barrel, bullet, and velocity.
What if...
But in practical terms, at 140 yards, yaw mostly shows up as inches of extra dispersion, not some guaranteed multi-foot, sideways hook.
No, well, 7 wouldn't miss. It just depends on if it went right or left. 14 would hit if it was up or down, is what the... And if you aim middle of the chest, you might hit him in the arm or something. But if it was the up or down 14 inches, it would go chest all the way up to the neck or whatever. I just explained it.
Gotcha.
Do it again.
So now we're not just yawing, we're talking about the bullet actually starting to tumble, end over end, big ugly yaw. That's a different beast. I'll keep it focused on your 140 yard scenario. What beginning to tumble really means. Once a 30 to 06 bullet starts to lose gyroscopic stability and tumble, the nose is no longer more or less pointed into the direction of travel. The bullet's center of pressure and center of mass trade places in weird ways as it spins. Aerodynamic forces become asymmetric and chaotic. Drag goes way up, and the bullet can get sideways lift in random directions. At that point, ballistic calculators are basically useless. They assume stable flight. 2. How much could it deviate at 140 yards? This depends where along the path it starts to tumble.
Right.
It starts tumbling near the target, say, after 100 to 120 yards.
That's exactly.
Here, most of the flight is still more or less along the intended path, and the bullet only really goes wild in the last fraction of the distance. Roughly. You might see extra deviation on the order of 6 to 12 inches, or a bit more, randomly up, down, left, right. Impacts will often keyhole long sideways marks, and may be scattered around the expected impact point, but not necessarily feet away.
So it could be any of these things. Tumbling, yawing, etc. Because I think the bullet would come out, and by the time it would even have time to tumble, it would be way down range, and then it would hit him in the neck. Soon after leaving the muzzle, there is, yeah, so that would be probably a lot more, right? Let's see what it says right there.
ChatGPT said, thought for 10 scotcha. So now we're not just yawing, we're talking about the bullet actually starting to tumble end over end. Big ugly yaw. That's a different beast. I'll keep it focused on your 140-yard scenario. 1. What B. It starts tumbling soon after leaving the muzzle. This is where things get really ugly. If the bullet destabilizes early, because of badly mismatched twist versus bullet length, damaged bullet, baffle, obstruction strike, very low velocity, etc. Then for most of that 140 yards, it's flying badly destabilized, and the bullet can steer far off the original line of bore. Groups can open up from normal 1 to 2 MOA to many feet at 140 yards. You may completely miss a human-sized target or land hits anywhere on it with no consistent pattern. In practical terms, if a 30-06 round really starts tumbling early at 140 yards, you cannot count on it hitting where you aimed at all. Deviation could easily be 1 to 3 feet or more from point of.
So obviously that's not what it was. Right? I mean, it must have been downrange or it was just yawing. Those two things make complete sense. But I was told by one of the, I don't know what you call it, the special forces people, that just the fact that it's yawing would go off by several feet. It wouldn't even come close, and I was like, oh, I don't know. That doesn't make sense. And here, it's telling us that it's really just inches, you know. So I believe more in that. Well, he didn't do the dry run at 8:30, as I said. At 8:30, he pulled his car up into the apartment complex. Into the university, got out and walked around, and it was at 10:10 when he walks by at 9:57 wearing the pink shirt or maroon shirt, and then about 10:10 he walks by, or 10:08 he walks by the surveillance camera heading towards the tunnel, and that's the one I believe he was doing his dry run on. Hey, look at that, it's Ashley, Nashville. Only 2 more to go, you guys. We can do it. This is my first Gray live show. Finally, I find his show.
I find his shows the most insightful.
Well, thank you. Well, make sure to hit that notification bell, you guys. Now, here's the thing. Let me see if I can find... Hold on a second. Where was this? Was this yesterday? Or was it the day before? Oh, yeah. Look at this. So watch this right here.
Your audience is telling you that they just didn't get notified about your latest video. So here's what they have to do. Hit subscribe on your channel, smash it, whatever. Switch the bell icon to all notifications. Go into the YouTube app settings and make sure notifications are on for subscriptions. Go into device settings and make sure notifications are on for the YouTube app as well. Because just looking at my own analytics, almost 13.5% of people have the bell set to all, but only 8.5% have notifications on for the app. And even then, given how many pings we all get all the time, and do not disturb, deliver quietly, grouping, stacking, and just being so busy so always, notifications are still super easy to miss. And yeah, people can always catch up at any time under the bell in the YouTube app, But before you worry about it too much, check your traffic sources in analytics and see how many views you really get from notifications.
Yeah,
And then
I checked. It's crazy. It's way less. It's usually the, what do you call it? Just kind of surfing or whatever the hell the term is. Okay, guys, we need 2 more coffees or 2 more $5, and then I'll donate $5 myself. Or, I mean, I'll donate 5 channel memberships worth $25. I typically come on at like 6:30, 7. Last night I came on at 10. It was pretty cool. It's kind of it was more, I don't know, it was kind of, it was kind of fun, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he could have been there the night before, I guess. Who knows when he got there? I bet he got there that day, though. You know, probably left in the morning. I'm hoping to get those other 2, you guys, so I can donate the 5. I haven't been able to donate 5 in a few days. Have you considered having a consistent start time? No, I can't do it. Because a lot of times I'm about to start my show and I see that somebody else is live talking about the same damn thing. And then I wait an hour or so. I just can't do it. I used to just, do my show whenever the hell I felt like doing the show, and it didn't matter. But there's just so many just Tom, Dick, and Harry true crime YouTubers, or whatever you want to call them. It's just crazy. It's just, I mean, a lot of them just suck, too. But they're entertaining. Ooh, yay! Freaking drives me nuts. They can think they're way out of a shoebox, and they just... Yeah, we've talked about all that bad juju. I think there's going to be surveillance of him walking. Let's see. There's going to be surveillance of him walking by this shot right here. I think it's this one. That doesn't look like the right wall, actually. I think it's up here. That wasn't where I think it was it right there? Yeah, I guess that was no. It's right here, right there. So there's going to be another shot of him on the surveillance where you see him walking down like this. After the killing, he's going to be walking up this direction, back up towards his car, where I think, and wasn't my idea, somebody else pointed out this spot, that this is the way he walked there, though. So he walked, that's where I think he walked there. When he was wearing his pink shirt, or the maroon shirt, he walked exactly where I'm walking right now. He went all the way around that corner and then went right there. It takes 10 minutes. It took me 10 minutes. But I think later on, he moved his car to right here, put the rifle in his pants, and then walked out, and then went this direction like this. And by the way, he moved. I just think he went like this. So I think when he did his dry run, he parked right there. This is a perfect parking spot. He parked right there, and he walked around this corner like this. We see him on camera all the way until about right here, right there. And then he continues to walk around. And then we because of the other surveillance footage, we see him walking this direction. I'm assuming that exists too, with him wearing the maroon shirt. Because moments later, he's walking down like this in the maroon shirt. All right, then I think because he walks over here, there's only one where to go, and that's through the tunnel. So I think he was doing a dry run, or just, you know, kind of, this is the way I'm going to walk, here's where I'm going to go, etc. And then when he was done with that, he came back out. I don't know how he got back to his car after that, though. He may have chosen to come up a different way. However, later he goes back to his vehicle that was parked right there, drives it down this little tiny street right here, parks it right there. If you look at this spot, it's crazy because you can't see anything from down there. There's a fence there, there's a fence here, and if you were parking that direction with your passenger door open, you could change your clothing. Is that real? What the hell is that? Looks like a sloth. Look at those claws on that damn thing. Hold on a second. That's crazy. What is that thing? I think that's just a picture on the side of the window there. But anyways, you know, he could change into it, put the gun down his pants right there. And then right after he does that, he walks out, and then he goes this direction. Come on, you guys. We just need 2 more channel memberships. Then I'll gift 5 myself. Can the freaks do it? Man, I've asked 1,700 times already. And then right after he comes around this corner, he walks down the street. Then he's seen right here. Then he walks around the corner, comes down, both these houses, pick him up walking by. And this is when he's ready to do the shooting. Cuts across, goes through the tunnel, underneath the tunnel, goes up the stairs, comes out right here, goes down this like utility street, takes a left, goes up, comes up into, he's seen on camera from right here as he comes around at 12:02, goes inside the building. 12:15 comes up these stairs right here. And then at 12:17 he steps over this wall, lays down, takes the rifle out of his pants, screws it together with a screwdriver, left the screwdriver on the roof accidentally, gets up from here at 12:22, runs across over here. It could be 12:22 and 40 seconds. They just used the first. Comes over here, shimmies his way over, sees Charlie Kirk, and shoots and kills him. And then at 12:23:28 is when the shot happens. He gets up. 5 seconds later, he's running by right here at 12:23:34. Comes around over here, climbs down, hits the ground at like 12:24 exactly almost. Then heads across over here into the wooded area. They see him on camera do that. Then they find, they see him go in there, so they go into the woods and they find the rifle wrapped in a black towel because that's what he was holding after he jumped off the roof over here. And then after that, we see him, I think he went into the woods over here, and he's also could have walked down below here, and then he goes over this sort of steep hill here, and then makes his way near the, let's see, ROTC building right there. And then he comes down to right there. I actually walked here. I made it to right there. And then he came around. This is where he's shot on camera there. Or, I mean, on surveillance. And then he goes around the corner wearing his maroon shirt. And then because of the way he came, he likely went back up this way with the maroon shirt and shorts on. Comes up this direction. Goes back to his car right there. Then, you know, he does whatever he does. And then just a few minutes later, he's over here at 12:44 at the shopping mall here. So there you go. Isn't that amazing? Hey, look at that. Silva gifted a membership. We just need one more, freaks. And then I can donate my 5. After all that time, my challenge. Hey, look at Bad Juju said if somebody gifts another membership, they'll donate one. Okay, well, there you go. That will get us there. But Bad Juju was correct on the whizzing sound. That's hard to envision hearing like a whiz in like literally a 0.13 seconds, but I guess you can. Look at that, you guys. They did it. All right, now here we go. I'm going to do mine. Thank you. All right, there we go. Very cool. Well, we're down to 90 people now. Yeah. Anyways, thanks everybody. Did you ever discuss the drone that flew when Turning Point showed up? I have discussed that. I think it could have been Tyler Robinson's drone. Here's what I thought was interesting. I brought it up the other night because they mentioned in those interviews that the head of security did with I can't remember the name of the show, but he did an interview, and apparently there was a drone flying around earlier. All right, so there was like somebody flying a drone around, but guess what? You remember the Trump shooting? Thomas Crooks flew a drone around prior. And so what if Tyler Robinson actually had a little miniature drone in his backpack and flew it around also to surveil the area earlier that day as well? Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be absolutely nuts if he did that? Like he literally copied. And the thing is I think Thomas Crook's shot was almost the exact same distance too. Like it's it's crazy that. Let's see. Let me go back to that one. Yeah. So let's see what this was. It was about yeah, it was right there. Yeah, like right there, it's 154 yards. You know, that's just eyeballing it. So very, very close. You know, everything's so similar in that one. It's almost unbelievable. So I'm not watching. You're not watching anymore? Gray, I'm up way too late Eastern time. So I'm not watching anymore. Ooh, oh yeah. I'm never watching again. Ooh. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. Anyways, I think I'm about done myself. 2 hours and 54 minutes. Thanks, freaks, for supporting the channel, getting us to some goalage. You know, with only 100 and maybe 125 people watching at the most tonight. People are interested more in drama. I mean, you could watch that right now. You could go to a channel just talking about bullshit, drama, nothingness, and there's probably 800 people. Yeah. But I'm glad looks like they're finally solving that case after all those years. Trudy Appleby. Isn't that cool though, you guys? This little thing that I had made. Look at that. I'm probably going to put that in the office. That just looks so amazing. Like, just, I'm not even, what feeling do you get when you look at that? Because it's kind of stormy on the left, but on the right it's warm, right? But, you know, it's kind of an interesting image, isn't it? It's like it's really stormy on the left, and like if you were just going to, let's see, on that picture, let's say I went like this. Like if you just looked at that, you'd think, oh, look, it's some sunny place or something. But then you go over to this side, and it's like, oh man, looks a lot more windy and. Yeah. Storm or yeah, it was really stormy there. I think it was after it was really stormy. But man, it was a nightmare. It was like 60-mile-an-hour winds, and I actually have some other photographs that I took out there. Let me see. Let me throw those up here again. One of them, it was so windy in the sand that the sand looked like water. Let me see where I can find it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, see, these are all the different images here. Like that one's amazing too. I might actually have that one. I might turn that one into an image. That one's, I think that one's really cool too, even though it's a little, the shutter speed isn't fast. There's one. That one. That one's really cool. A little bit of filters on some of these just to make things pop more. But I thought that one was cool, just having the seagull right in the middle there. Yeah, look at that. Like that's sand just so windy that it's just buzzing around. And look at that right there. The river of sand right there. That's a cool photo also. What do you think? And that one? It's in the evening. Yeah, look at that. I ordered this one too. I think that one's just so eerie and amazing. Don't you like that one? Just look at that. That's crazy. Just so stormy looking. I got that one too. That one's one we just saw. But I also got that one because I like the waves over there and everything. Oh, these are videos here. Isn't that crazy? I don't think I can play it, actually. It needs a different driver. But anyways, there you go. There you have it. Well, thanks, freaks. Thanks, Sandy Shirley at the very beginning. And then we had I'm a Gal, yo, gifted 5. And then we had Cinnamon Sin Freak. Then Wild Bill Wassman, who kept things going. I haven't seen Alley Cake, but he was kind of doing what she did. And then Michelle H., Paul Ayers, then Kathleen Bell became a new member. Then I'm a Gal, yo, gifted 5 more. Then Lisa Belson gifted 10. Then Wild Bill Wassman, Sandy Shirley, Wild Bill Wassman. I think this was a challenge. Mad Juju, Bad Juju, and then Lisa Belson gifted 5. And then Mary Mellon, Then we had Wild Bill Wassman, Lisa Belson gifted 5 again. And then Wild Bill Wassman. Then PK Sews It Up, Lisa Valenzuela, Sandy Shirley, Christine. Thank you. Ashley Nashville. And then, let's see. Silva is here. Gifted 1. Bad Juju gifted 1. Then Silva is here. Gifted 1. And then I gifted 5. Because of you guys. Then we also had Lisa Valenzuela with her challenge was met. That was her challenge up there, that first one. And to give coffees. And then also Bad Juju gave me a coffee. Very cool. All right. From someone down under, is that east or west? That's the west coast of the United States. I think if I go out there again, I'll do drone, but I'm also going to flip over to just taking images. Oh yeah, here's some other ones. Let's see. Like, not that one. That's where I was sitting on this chair right there. Just flying out and all that garbage over there. I thought that was kind of cool. Maybe that's the one right there. Look at that. I mean, that's an actual photo, an image from a video. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? Got a couple of people walking right there. And there's I was sitting right there. What a crazy shot that is. Man. I think that would have been an amazing shot if I was like standing right on the edge with no deck or anything. Oh, and that's Bandon Dunes Golf right there. And that'll be coming up in February. Man. Anyways, thanks everybody for being here tonight. Appreciate it. If you guys have any story ideas or whatever, let me know. Seems like there's, you know what, right now there just doesn't seem to be any kind of like huge case. People are interested in, you know, Anna's case, but at the same time, you know, Anna Kepner, but it's not really, I don't know, it's, you know what I mean? It's not one of those ones that's like, you know, gigantic. I think everybody knows the answer, you know. It's a stepbrother. Oh yeah, near Melbourne. Yeah, there's just nothing. I mean, Idaho 4 was so. I thought it was so interesting. I mean, it sucks. You know, it's a shitty thing that happened. But the, you know, like Koberger and just the investigation before Koberger was found, and then when he was found, you know, just trying to put everything together over all the years. I mean, you've got a guy that's like a serial killer who got caught early. You know, that's the thing. And by the way, this kid, this 16-year-old, you know, like here's the thing: when boys are younger, they have hormones and they do weird stuff. Like, you know, like you've seen the movie, what is it, America? What's that one with the guy with the pie in the kitchen? I mean, kids are just messed up, right? But a kid that kills, feeling that way, they're going to be a problem, a killer later in life too, because that's not. You know, that's a different thing at that point. You know, he killed because it's like he was so, like, you know, worked up, and he was obsessed with her, and he killed her, right? And it probably his hormones are a big part of like the, you know, the huge amount that he was feeling, right? But the fact that he killed means that he needs to be in prison for the rest of his life. I don't give a damn that he's 16 years old. Because that guy is a predator, and when he, even after it wears out, I mean, the thing is that's a level that's different. Right? So if people are going to try to make excuses for him, that's not going to work. Yeah. Yep. All right, guys. Well, thanks for being here. I know it's kind of late, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Where is Holdaway, man? He needs to have his the rap playing. Anyways, thanks everybody. We'll see you guys later. Have a good time over there, Lisa Belson. Have a good one over there in Hawaii right now. It's only like 5 something, I think. It's early. But anyways, thanks everybody. See you tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. And I just want to say I appreciate all of you guys. I know I sit there and try to push and push and push to get to our goals, but or my goals. You guys don't have to call them yours. But at the end of the month, at least I'll be able to do something. I know what it takes to get there. And it's a lot harder now than it was even last month or the month before that. So, yeah, I'll try to, I hope I can donate 2,500 or so. Hopefully, if we get miraculous the last 9 days, maybe more, but we've already given 500, so hope to do another couple thousand just to do something, but we're not in a great place currently this month. I don't know where he is. Anyways, thanks everybody. See you guys later, and be safe out there.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector.
Later, that's
certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya.
I don't know what your actual name is.
Try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his spectre. With all respect, y'all. Just remember, I'm the type of fucking gesture. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you later.
Huh? It's the house!
Correct.
Thank you for watching Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube, where we cover true crime the right way, using facts, reason, and common sense. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, be safe out there.